fix this. You kind of see in the window, kind of it's a little nippy outside. It's in the 50s, but still a little nippy. In the window, you can kind of see the reflection of back there. So you kind of get both. Anyway, I'm a little overwhelmed. Just a little bit. I truly am. And we were supposed to sit and paint this tonight. I wanted to show it to you. It is dry. I need to cut the back and so forth. It is dry. It is hard. But something on it. I probably get out with a little needle. But to me right now, it's a little overwhelming. We're going to try to do it tomorrow because I'm kind of thinking I'm going to need a break tomorrow. So I'm probably going to try. I don't normally go on live on Sundays, but I'm going to try. So a little smaller needle so you can get whatever it is out. If I can't, I can't. But anyway, we have it, and I think it's gonna look pretty. I gotta look for the paint. I gotta pull the paint out. I may not be able to get this out. This just may be, we'll paint over it because it's not gonna come out, I don't think. Whatever it is. Can't get it out. I thought maybe I could with needles. Anyway, it's better than it was. So, so anyway, we're gonna do this, try to do this tomorrow. This needs. God bless me. I knew that was waiting there. I've got to have Mother do my hair. Maybe tonight because I've about had it with it. Anyway, we're going to do this tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday. I promise y'all. I'm just really kind of overwhelmed. So I thought, you know what? Put that aside. I don't want to do it when I'm overwhelmed. I want to do it when I can enjoy it. So here's my dilemma, or not my dilemma, but my issue, I guess I should say. Got my tea. Got the tea. So I just changed it. I changed it till tomorrow. I'm just like, I'm not with it enough. Hi, Becky. Hopefully that's right. Welcome on in. Got my tea. I need to get Mom to give me these. Oh, well, that's wonderful. Welcome on in. You're having tea with me, and we're just going to crochet, and we're going to connect and chat. Mary's going to calm down and be outside with beautiful outside, and the birds are chirping, and it's just a crisp, starting to be spring day, and we're just going to sit outside and just chill, and Mary's going to go. There's a lot going on in my life right now, just a little bit. I got my tea, but I need to find out. Mom got these on the Zon, and I need to get the link for y'all. So if you are interested in these, you can click on the affiliate link because Mom is an affiliate. So let's just show you where I'm at. All right. We are putting our soap caddies. These are our soap caddies. I don't know where the string is then for that one. Is it in there? Shouldn't be. Should be. I don't know what I did with it. I will find it. Maybe it's, oh, here it is. These are our soap caddies, and I've been doing a bunch of them lately because there's some stores in our local area. We live near Amish country that would like to have them, and someone in Georgia wants some to try out, so I've been kind of working a lot on them. We have an event in our family coming up in April, and these are American flag soap caddies. We also do ones, we are going to do ones. I had enough yarn to do a Christmas one, only because I wanted to have a sample to show people what the Christmas. Oh, your parka is drying. It must be raining where you are. So I know it's Christmas, but I had the yarn, so I wanted to be able to show a sample reviewed of what a Christmas soap caddy looks like. Plus, I have all of these soap caddies. They're all the same because we have an event in our family coming up. And we also do these for baby showers. I don't know why it cuts it like that. I don't know. YouTube, stop doing that. Anyway, I've done about 65 of these. And these are for an event we're having in our family coming up, and they all have to be finished by Monday or by Sunday so that I can get them dried and packaged up and all that kind of stuff. So a little overwhelmed, plus getting other soap caddies done for other people that want to have them in their stores and so forth. Any of the stuff from any of this stuff or any of the YouTube or any of anything all goes to Mama. I'm just happy to crochet. It helps me with pain. I don't get any of the revenue for it. It goes to my mother, and I'm thrilled with that. So we did these. These are going, I did these for going for the prizes that we're doing for an event we have coming up. So I did several of these for prizes to go in the prize thing. But these are going into the local stores in our area with some of our soap caddies, because these you can put like the towels in and they hang up. They're so cool. They save your back tremendously. So I've got to put the buttons on there so the glue sets so I can wash them tomorrow before I get them packaged up and ready to go. And then I was doing this one. This girl, I loved this one. And I use scrap yarn for these. Yarn that I have that I couldn't use for something else. I was finishing this one up, and I realized I made a mistake. Hey, Shimaga. Hopefully I said that right. Welcome on in, and you can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. So I was trying to end this one realizing I made a mistake. So as I was trying to do that, as I was trying to look at the time, I'm like, I am overwhelmed. So let's just slow the roll. And we may be doing this where I may plan something this next month with stuff going on and may have to just say, guys, I can't do it. I'm too overwhelmed. Which, dealing with a chronic illness, it's going to happen, I tell you. 13. Wait, no, hold it. No, that's 10, 11, 12. I did something wrong when I was doing this. Now I got to figure it out. This, I have to figure this out because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll be right back with y'all. I may have to go back to the start because I may not be able to do this without doing that. This should be 11, and this should be, that's what it is. This is 11. Now I found my bearings. This is 11. This is 12, and this, that should be 13. See, this was the problem I ran into earlier, is that I did like almost like a double hole for the button. Row 10 should be here. 10 should be here. 11, 12, 13. Let me see this other one and then I'll figure it out, guys. 10, 11, 12, 13. No. 10, 11, 12. Well, whatever this is, because that's not it. That's 10, 11, 12. That's 13. I'm going to have to do this like that. Oh, I'm having a moment till I figure this out. This is together. Oops. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, well, we're going to kind of keep that as an example. I know what I do in my head. I real odds and evens. Welcome on in. I'm trying to fix a mistake. that I realized as I was trying to finish this for an event, for something that I need on Monday, so I can give it to them to put in their stores. And hi Abby, welcome on in. And I was planning on something else, and then we were gonna do this project, which we are going to paint the lace either tomorrow, Monday or Tuesday. I've got this hardened so that we can paint the lace and see how that project turns out. But I just felt very overwhelmed, and I thought I need to have my tea. You guys can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. I have my tea, sit outside, take a deep breath. Now see, that doesn't make any sense. Mary, hold on a second. I'm trying to figure this out. I know my own pattern, but right now I don't know my own pattern. Because I ended this wrong. No, I didn't end it wrong. Because this is up here. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm going back. Forget it. I'm going back. I'm not going back to the beginning, but I'm going back to where I ended it because I'm getting really confused very quickly. So let's see what we're doing. Okay, this is row 10. All right, now I do not know why YouTube is doing this. Does anybody else have a problem? You go on a live and it just says, it just stops. It just boots you out of it. I don't understand it. I do not get it. Do not understand it in the least. Just trying to. So this row 10. Now we're getting it. I had to go back to a little bit back. Hi Sarah, welcome on in. You can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. So I was done with this. I was ready to finish it up, and when you know, I realized I made an error, and then I was like, well, we got to fix it because this is the one going into a shop, so it's got to be right. Not that the others didn't need to be right that I'm giving away as giveaways for an event, but we're gonna get this right because there was something happened with this one that I didn't notice, and then the button wasn't gonna sit right. Hi Allison, welcome on in. You can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. We are correcting a mistake. We're letting Mary kind of. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sarah. I am so sorry that happened. If everybody can put ones in the chat, and ones are just prayers, good vibes, good thoughts for Sarah. That is so hard. I am so sorry. I've had to put several down in my life, and it does. Hi Jessie, welcome on in. None of it is ever easy, and I am so sorry for your loss. And big hugs. So now we're ready to go back, because now I can get it to the point where it's going to look right. Because I was like, I can't put the button in it. I've got, hold on a second, I'll show you all in a minute. These buttons are going on these ones. And these buttons are going on this one. So, but I'm like, I had to tear it out. Thank God I didn't like glue it, the knot, and do all that kind of stuff before I realized what was happening. So I was like, it's going to be right. I think. Wait, hold it. I got to figure out why I'm at 6 and not at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. Oh wait, I know why. This is what I did before. Hi Shatiqua, welcome on in. You can put hashtag blessed in the chat I want people to connect with your channel. We're just relaxing. We're listening to the birds. We're helping Mary kind of breathe, have some tea. And redo something that she realized she had made a mistake on that she needs to get done. I don't know if I won't get all this stuff done, but I just brought out a bunch of stuff and thought I need to go sit outside for a while and listen to the pretty birds and go with you all on the live. I didn't have the energy to go down to the pond. I thought about doing that. I just didn't have it. So, and I was foolish. I will never do this again. I have certain medication and I log in when I take my medication, and I logged in to take my medication. I got distracted and I don't think I took it. It's not something that has to be timed. It's just for me. I need to mark it when I've taken it, so I know the hours before I can take, any more. And I don't think I took it, but me don't fool around like that. The fact that it was in my phone, I put it down and I saw it and I'm like, I don't think I took it, but I don't do that. So now I have to kind of just wait. But now I'm hurting. No, I didn't take double medication. I don't with that specific medication. I'd rather skip it and wait 8 hours and take it again than take it. I won't do it. I won't. So it logged into my phone, but it was on my counter or on my little nightstand. What happened was I logged it, I got distracted, and then an hour later I realized, wait a minute, I don't think I took it, but it was in my phone. So I'm like, okay, you just have to wait. I won't do it. Hi, Sweet Creations, welcome on in. I'm very careful about, very careful, especially with that medicine. I need to be, so. Yep. But it taught me a lesson. It was like, you need to pay with closer attention when you put it in your phone. You need to sit down, stop what you're doing, and take it. But again, I'm a little overwhelmed. Oh, I was like, I was done with these for now, but I went to go put the button in them, and I'm like, this isn't right. It doesn't look right. And they have to be washed before I can bag them up. I've got most of the soap caddies that are going into the one store ready to go. Somebody's barbecuing. It smells good. Yep. I think so. I try to remember everybody. You're part of the Blessed Crochet crew. You're important to us. So I thought I need to step outside. When I realized I did that, I'm like, okay, you're overwhelmed and you need to just take a breather. Like I said, these have got to get done. I've got to finish and sew in the ends of all of these. Finish those up. I don't like sewing in ends. I'm doing good. I'm just a little tired, a little overwhelmed. There's a lot going to be going on this next month that I'm trying to get ready for, and so tomorrow, I've said it this entire time, I need to sit down with a list of everything that needs to get done so that I can cross it off. Got one thing crossed off today, so I can cross that off the list. It's done. I just need to cut the things out. Hi, Zach. Welcome on in. I'm making this is our towel caddies, and I had made them because 2 of them were going into stores. 2 of them are going towards our prizes for an event that we're having in our family coming up. And so several of them, I made everybody a towel caddy that's going in for the prizes. But these are our towel caddies, and I need to put them up too on the Fourth Wall store. But several of the stores in our area, well, one of them, and is taking in our towel cat, our towel caddies, our soap caddies. These are our soap caddies. I've been making a bunch of these and packing them. I've got a place in Georgia that's taking some, that is trying them out. A local place in the neighborhood or in our area is going to take some. I'm donating some. So these are our soap caddies where the soap goes in. They're made with 100% cotton. Then you rub-a-dub-dub and you throw them in, so they're great. I've been making these with whatever cotton yarn I have left before I can buy more cotton yarn. We also make ones that are American flag. And we make ones that are for Christmas. I had this yarn left and I wanted a sample for the Christmas one. And we also do them for events and so forth. So I'm doing one for events. I've made probably about 60 of these for a local event. These are going to be the favors for the local event. And we do that for local events. We give those for favors, but these are our great towel caddies that go on the ovens. Well, that's awesome. Go on the ovens so that you can put your towels and you don't have to bend down 3,000 times. 3,000 times. I loved this. I had this yarn left over and I just thought it was so great. I thought that'll be great for Easter. You know, going into the stores. And I made one for the event that we had. I had this leftover yarn. And so I thought that would be a good combination. And I had done this one, but then when I went and looked at it, I'm like, there's a mistake. I had 2 holes for the buttons instead of just 1 hole, so. Thankfully, I didn't have it buttoned down where I couldn't tear it out and redo it again. Make it correct. I do these. That's awesome. Yes. I think you came in and you gave us your SD store, and I need to go look at it. That's awesome. Yeah, I've been thinking about actually putting some of our soap caddies up on the SD shop and seeing what happens, especially as like wedding favors and stuff and baby shower favors. We watched. I was going to come live yesterday, but my husband was just kind of, he's just been going through it a little bit too. And so we decided, we loved the Heartland series. And we sat and watched that yesterday. They've got one more season next season, and then that's the finale season. And going on, there'll be 20 seasons, that show, so. But the next week I've got to start working on, I'll still be waking up in the morning, because what I do in the morning, I've been good. Hopefully you've been good too. I wake up in the morning and I do some kind of crochet for a while I warm up my body. I'm still going to do my soap caddies in the morning for a while, just till I get done with what stock I have, and then eventually I'll be going on to getting new yarn. And we do have them available on the Fourth Wall store. If you do want them, I'm going to be adding a Hobby Lobby link for the yarn that they carry for the cotton yarn. There are 46 different colors. So there's no way for me to put 46 colors all in there. You guys get to choose the bottoms. We choose the tops. You get to choose this color on the bottom. We choose the top part. So I need to just put there and then just say, if you're ordering, for each one you're ordering, give us 1, 2, and 3 option of you know, which 1, 2, or 3, depending on what it is, as far as which color you want. You get your first choice, the second choice, or the third choice. And the reason I say that is if I go to Hobby Lobby and I don't have the color and I go there and the color isn't there, or they discontinue the color, I have another option for you. So, gotta put the buttons on these. Oh, it's okay. I'm sorry about your dog. You know, when we had Abby, Abby was our first dog. Not that I didn't think that losing a pet was difficult, but it's kind of the thing that if you don't know, if you haven't raised an autistic child, you may not know how difficult that is. Hi, Curious World, welcome on in. Put hashtag blessed in the chat to connect with your other people, to connect with your channel. But when we had Abby, and I lost Abby, Abby was our toy poodle, and I lost her for the first time, I understood how difficult it was. And I still think, Cruz, that's right, I still think of her and I get teary-eyed. I don't think it ever goes away. I think of Jordan, which was my daughter's service dog, and I get teary-eyed, and so... But just know you got gentle hugs. If people put ones in the chat, they're praying for you, they're thinking about you. And you know, sometimes we have to look at our pets and say, man, they've had blessed lives, they've been loved, they loved us, but they'll be forever missed, that's for sure. They take a hole in they take a space in your heart. There was one dog we had fostered. His name was Buddy. And we tried to get him into a foster, well, that's good, foster home for 9 months. We couldn't find the right home for him. And he got up one morning and he went down the stairs. We had a upstairs, and then we had a basement. Christina, my daughter, was living in the basement. It was a beautiful walkout basement. And so we went to, he went downstairs as he normally did. After he ate, Christina came upstairs and then went downstairs. And he got to the end of the stairs and he yelped. And I said, that's odd. That's weird. And then he came up the stairs and he yelped again. And I'm like, this dog never does that. So I called the place, and because the place we were doing the thing, and I said, there's just something off with Buddy today. Can we bring him in and have you look at him? And so they did. They brought him in, and they brought him home, and they had actually found out that the previous people, or somebody in his story, had taken Pew Pew and done something pretty horrible, and that the thing was still lodged into his shoulder, into his right shoulder. And it had stayed there. They saw fragments of the shoulder, pieces of the shoulder. It healed around it. It had stayed there, but I think what happened is it just eventually dislodged itself and got on his spinal cord. And he was about 9 years old, and this happened in the morning. My husband and them brought him home. He was walking. We gave him medicine to calm down all the inflammation. They thought maybe he had just pinched a nerve or something. By that evening, he couldn't walk. He went totally paralyzed, and we had to call the emergency place for the the animal shelter, and they sent out like the dog warden to come get him so they could take him to the hospital, because they had to take him to the emergency room, and I called up and I said, what do y'all want to do? We got to take him someplace. And they came. I'll never forget, he came in, he was lying in our bedroom, and the dog warden came in, and she couldn't have been nicer, but he literally growled at her because he didn't want to go. And so she had to take him to the local, and this was during, I don't know, it was during the C plus thing or not, I can't remember. I think it was because they had everybody who couldn't come in and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, so they went and got him, they took him, and they called that morning, and they said, we have to just put him down. He's totally paralyzed. He's not moving. I said, well, can we come down and be with him? And they said no, and because of the C plus math, I think that was happening at the time. It was my husband's and I's anniversary, and so I remember, I said, well, I said to the lady, I said, I called them and I said, can I go down? I'll adopt him. I'll adopt him. This way he'll have a forever home. She said, ma'am, he already had his forever home. It was you guys. You were already it. He's in too much pain. We don't have time to do all that. You're his forever home. That's what we're putting as the final adoptees, were you guys. And they said, you gave him, because they were going to put him down because they couldn't find anybody for him. They didn't really understand him. And so we saved his life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And Christina, my daughter, just loved on him. He was an amazing dog. And when it was time, they gave us his ashes. So we still have his ashes. And I remember saying to myself, I remember crying over this dog because he had just warmed in our hearts in such a wonderful way. I remember just thinking, buddy, did you ever think you'd have people crying over you? I still get emotional when I think of him. He was a pit bull hound mix. Do you ever think you'd have people crying over you? I said, this dog that, was just kind of tossed aside in this world. Do you ever think you'd have a family crying over you? And my husband and I were supposed to go away for our anniversary. We had reward points, so we moved to the next day, because none of us were in shape to do it, and we were going to have my daughter come up Dear, thank you. Come up the next day and come swimming to us. We were going to go, or swimming with us. We were going to stay the night and then have her come up for breakfast at the hotel the next day. We were going to stay locally because my dad was still with us, who was dealing with dementia. And we changed the reservation for the next day. And my husband and I both looked and said, none of us feel like celebrating our anniversary. So we just had Christina come with us, and we had our own little anniversary. But we had a family anniversary because we weren't really much in the mood for it. We just thought it would be better together to be together, and that's what we did. But he was a wonderful dog and very misunderstood. And I appreciate that, Sweet Creations. For right now, I'm good with mods, and I don't know if I'm going to be adding anything. When we get busier, possibly, but we're pretty good with them. And you know, if you want to go to our link tree, email me. I do ask that if anybody ever becomes a mod, that they have a Facebook page, because I have a group so they know when we're going live. I let them know, but right now I'm good, but that may change down the road for sure. But I should do some kind of... So I want this page to grow. Now I feel more calm than I did. I just thought about getting the paintbrushes out, getting the paints out, getting all that. I'm like, I can't do any of that. This has got to get done. That has got to get done. This has got to get done. I needed to breathe. That's for sure. I needed to breathe. And I kind of was mad at myself when I had to do that, but I had to redo this thing. But you make mistakes. And you know, I know people have said that they don't know, you know, with fostering, they don't know how they get rid of, you know, be able to give their dogs up afterwards. But I was so glad that we fostered. But it was such a blessing to foster several of our dogs in our lives. Two more rows. Hi, silly. Welcome on in. Y'all haven't hit that connection button, please do. Otherwise, as we call it, subscribe button through YouTube. I think this is the last row. Now I've got it fixed. Now I can finish up. It wasn't working before. My least favorite part of crocheting. I do not like sewing. I do not. Never have, never will. I think that's why I wait till the end. You know, one thing I've done, said to myself once I got done with these things, and I said I just wanted to crochet them and get them done and so forth. We're not doing this anymore, Mary. Because then you get a pile, fixed. You get a pile of these sitting there like this, right? And then you have to spend time, hi Shauna, you have to spend time weaving in all the ends. So I'm not allowing myself to do that anymore. What I've started doing is if I work on them, they get ended right away. I've actually had to start a whole system, believe it or not, because otherwise I was going to run into a problem. Because these really have to sit for about 24 hours before they can be washed, just so that the glue really solidifies. And I just kind of keep track of myself, so I understood. Now, just so people know, when we're talking about glue, this is not a good example. No, I haven't done this yet. The glue is just a little bit of glue. Yes, because they don't work. I have looked how to end things everywhere, and it doesn't work. I don't care what it is. I have tried every technique. I have tried everything, and no. So this is what I use under our link tree. If you go to our link tree, guys, and you're there, if you could put exclamation point link, go to our link tree. There's the side that shows all of our emails, social medias, all that kind of stuff, you know, referral links, all that kind of stuff. The other side says shop. So if you go to shop and you look up crochet supplies, you will see this glue. Now it is an affiliate link. Mama isn't an associated affiliate. Doesn't cost you anything. She just gets a little commission off it. I set it up for her. But this is what I use and why I like this. Now, just so you know, it won't work for you, just for my mods. Those commands only work for moderators, which is fine. This has a little bit of a smell. So if I'm doing it in my bedroom, I'll pop the window open and turn the fan on like 2, just so I aerate the room a little bit. But it doesn't have a huge smell. It doesn't dry hard. I don't use a lot of it. I just use enough. And I have used them on the soap caddies, wash them. And they've been great. One thing I like about it is that it's got this little tiny tip. You see little tiny tip, right? So it really makes getting in those a little bit and only using a little bit very easy. I'm almost done with this, but I always have, and I've got another one in the room. I always have a second one. This was the best. It's B7000, and again, in our link tree under crochet supplies, there is an Amazon affiliate link, and it's Mama's. So now that I got that done, I'll show you. So you can see. Wait, that's all I want. Just so you can see what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. Like, just go in our link tree and you'll be able to find it. For instance, okay, when I'm doing this one, and I got to tie this in, I got to make sure that I've got to make sure that this is in the middle, because then that will be in the middle. So I'm going to go back over here, okay, just so you can see. Let's make sure that that's just a little bit less of a thickness. A little bit more, just you don't need a lot of it, but I'll show you what I'm talking about, okay? This here, I want to make sure that this is not going to go anywhere. So I'm going to take a knot with this specific one, right? I'm going to knot it, but where I knot it, and I do this with the soap caddies too, they're not going to move. They get washed, the soap caddies get washed, and I've never had an issue. Right? And I just put just a little dauber dupe. I don't know if you can see that, little dauber dupe, just right there. There's not very much on there, if you can see, right? And I just knot it. I don't tie it too tight. It's not going anywhere. Believe me. Now, I don't sit and do it all for it, but and what I'll do is take this over on the other side. I just don't like sewing. I've never been a sewer. Never. I'm going to feed it through the extra thing. You won't even notice it's there. So I got frustrated. I use it in blankets. I use it in the soap caddies. You know, they say to do all these tricks, but those, well, if you just do it 3 times across in different directions, it won't pop out. Well, it tends to still pop out. I don't know what it's talking about. I have tried everything, and I just, no. No. We're just, I don't have time to sit there. And especially, like, I'm going to be a grandma, so I made a blanket for somebody. Yes. Well, that's good. That makes my heart happy. Anyway, the thing is that, let's see, that's good. especially like I did a couple blankets for someone special that's coming in our family. And I made sure that the ends were actually put on because I glued them on, especially with like a baby blanket. You know, you want to make sure that the ends are not coming out. So I made sure that my ends, I've got a blanket I have to sit. I made 2 of them. I gotta sit with the other one. ABC blanket and work on that one. But I put them off because I don't like weaving my ends in. Makes it easier when you're not having to sit there fighting with them. So now I'm on this side of the project. I'm going to knot it. I wouldn't leave the lid off too long, but I just did for a moment. But again, it does have a little bit of a smell, so just make sure you're using it in a well-ventilated area. And see, I'm just using a tad. Just a dab or do will do. That's all you need of it. That thing will last me a heck of a long time, and then I just do that. Now it is not going anywhere. I do not weave in the ends of this for all the way in. I don't glue in the ends, but at least I know if they're knotted and they're glued. And it's not like these are going to get washed a bunch of times either. These are just going to get maybe gently washed, hand washed. You know, when you wash these, you just wash them in the kitchen sink and let them hang dry. So they're not something that are going to be like our soap caddies that are going to be washed and washed and washed. And I have soap caddies that have been washed multiple times and the glue's still on there. So, like I said, it does. And I glue, when I change yarns, I glue. There's a certain way I do it. They're not coming out of there. Believe me. I want to make sure that whatever I have sticks. They are not coming out of there. The ones I did for, what's his name? Eli. And they take a lot of yarn changes for him. And those ones I will never do. I sat and ended those, and after using that glue, it kicked up my asthma a little bit because I did too much in one sitting. So now if I'm going to be doing a lot, like if I was going to be sitting there and doing all these in one place, I'd open the window. So it does have a little bit, but as long as you're in an open environment, you'll find fine. Or if you're using it, just open a window if you're in a small space. Sit outside. I've done that. I'm like, okay, these have got to get done, and I don't want to smell, I want to be outside with it. So just, I know Jessie Journal, she says she uses that glue for her jewelry. She says she uses a mask. I can't wear a mask. That will bother me to no end, so I'd rather just open a window. That's the only thing. But it's not a huge smell. It just has a smell to it. It's glue. But I do not. It's done. I don't bother because I run these through enough that they're not going to come out done. But it's a great glue. I will not crochet without it. I've spent way too long trying to figure out how to get them ends to stay where they're supposed to. We not doing it no more. You know what I watched today? I watched just old things that were things that I remembered from way back when. I watched little bit of Knight Rider today, and I watched Different Strokes. All the oldies and the goodies, right? My childhood. I'm an 80s kid. All right, now we should be fine because now that's better. Button wasn't sitting. When I sit right. Thank you all for just letting me get overwhelmed, but kind of die back what I was planning on doing tonight because I didn't have it really in me. I just brought a bunch of stuff out, so we'll see what I get done. But I'm gonna go inside and keep at it. It's gonna be a long next couple hours. Let's see, because I've got to get these buttons on tonight. I could give these to Mama to do. She does better sewing than this girl. She likes it better than me. 8, 9. I think what I'm going to do though is when I get done with this, go inside. Mama's got the Flowbee out. You've all seen the Flowbee in action and get my hair cut because it's getting too long. Oopsie. And that way I can get my hair cut. And then we can go have showers and continue to work. Now what I do when I'm doing these is I always fold them because I have 4 little knobs going up to the middle and 4 going down. And I just make sure that when I find my space that that's exactly what should be. That they're absolutely where I found them. And I will admit I am not the best sewer in the world for this. I do beautiful crochet work, but sewing my ends in is not my strong suit. That's what's got to get done. It's got to get done. I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow. I don't think it's supposed to be the best weather in the world tomorrow. I'm just praying we have an uneventful storm season because I don't like storms. I don't know anybody that does, but I don't like them. Me, don't like them. My husband, just making sure that this is right where it needs to be. My husband is just, he can sleep through about anything. This girl, nope. I'm certainly not the girl that can sleep through anything. There's people that like rainstorms and all that. Wonderful. I like, let's put it this way. I love the rain when it just falls on top of the roof and it's just drizzling or it's coming down. But when you start with the winds and the thunder and the lightning and the hail, no, not this girl. Nope, 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 nope. No desire for it, actually. So if it comes in the middle of the night, I am wide awake. I cannot sleep. No, 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 no. I don't handle that well. It is the middle of the night. And come on. Wait, that's why. is that like that? Wait, hold on. I've got a little bit of issues. I have to watch. So I'm just not the girl that likes the stormy stuff. People that love thunderstorms, more power to them, but it's not this girl. Not one bit. You gotta get the button on. The button. May have to go inside in a minute because it's getting dark. I may not be able to see where I put the button. Let's see. I check. Actually, after I get it all, I check a couple times. Especially when I start getting it in there, I do not want to have to try to get it out. And then we're supposed to go to Columbus on the 28th to go to that really good place that we went to on the 28th. So we'll see. My mother-in-law, my husband's uncle, wants to take us to eat there. Christina and Jared want to come along. So I may get to see my nieces, some of my nieces, maybe my nephews, we'll see. But anyway, spring break, so we'll see what happens. Again, we're going to use the glue. I'll have to throw this. I use this till I can't use it no more, but there's not much left of this stuff. But no fear, I have another tube. When I get done with one tube, like when I get done with this one, I will order another one. So that there's always one in my back door. When I finish that one, then it's on the list for me to order through Amazon again. I have to turn on the light for a minute until I get done. This one, I don't think I want to go in the house till it's done, because I will get busy with something else and then I'll get distracted. And I also, if you're going to be using this glue, just as a thing, sometimes it'll get on your needle. Sometimes it will get on your stuff. So the best way to solve that problem is to have alcohol pads. Because sometimes I can do it and I'll find out I gotta turn on the light because I can't see. Oh! Body's a little sore. I can't see. For a few minutes. I'll go inside. I was not able to see for a minute. But again, if you're going to do this, and use the glue, have some, where did that go? Have some alcohol pads, because sometimes it'll get on the yarn needle, sometimes it'll get on your scissors, and it will come off easily with alcohol pads. So I have a stack of course Josh is a diabetic, so I always have alcohol pads. So I keep that in my little pouch. And if the glue gets on any of that stuff, or on my crochet hook, sometimes it'll get on my crochet hook. And just be careful if you have wooden crochet hooks, but if you have aluminum or metal crochet hooks, you'll be fine. So just, and after we get done with kind of things that are going on in our lives over the next month, less than a month away now, I will promise that I need to do a party for y'all, our 2K party. So we will do a 2K party and do a giveaway. So, hi Doran, welcome on in. Yes, you should. I hope you do. We do a lot of connect and grow. I come on and chit chat. It's just a safe place for people to come in, connect with each other, and that's what we try to do here. I'm just kind of finishing these things up because these things have got to get ready. If I go back in the house, they're just not going to get done. I know myself enough. All right, let's do this one more time. I think I knotted it. I don't even remember. Oh, well, thank you very much. We are going to do the lace. I did finish that. We did show that on, that you just take a thing from Dollar Tree. Can't think what it is. A canvas, and put some lace on it. But I was going to try to paint that tonight. I got a lot going on in my life right now, and I'm dealing with a chronic illness on top of it, which is the fibromyalgia. So I'm a little overwhelmed trying to get everything done, trying to deal with pain levels and all that kind of stuff. So I just thought, I don't have it's not there tonight. So let's wait, because I want to enjoy doing that. Well, thank you very much. I want to enjoy doing that, and I don't want to feel like I felt like I was like really, really overwhelmed. And I'm going inside when we get done. I'm going to have Mama cut my hair with the Flowbee. And if you're wondering what the Flowbee is, go back, because I have Mama cutting my hair with a Flowbee. And this is a channel that I use to help me deal with chronic pain. Any of the revenue goes to my mother, which I am thrilled to have happen. And so but this has got to go in. I'm putting this in a local store. We have several of our soap caddies going in. Well, I should show you our soap caddies. This is for an event that we're having. We do these for events, but I did these for an event coming up in our family. But we do sell these. We do these for events. You put the soap bar in here. Yeah. I put a tire around. You put the tire on. And when the soap goes empty, you just decide, okay, throw them in the wash, put them in a little laundry bag, throw them in the wash, put another bar of soap, and hang them to dry. A command hook or a shower hook, or one of those little soap trays with the bumps so that the air flows underneath. We love our soap caddies. They're there's a store in our local area that wants some, so I'm getting ready for that. There's another place I've reached out to in Georgia. She does online orders. She wants some for her mystery box to try. So, see how our customers love them. So, and these are our oops. Come on, come on, come on. These are our towel. I'm trying to see because it's the front of it. That'll be fine. Towel. These are our towel caddies. And we sell these too. You put the towel in and then put them on your oven, and you don't have to pick them up 3,000 times. So I need 2 of these buttons. I made some for our local event we're doing coming up in our family. And these are the buttons. They look like shells, but we didn't know what that was. It was a geese. Aren't those pretty? Those are so pretty. Oh, that would be great for Easter. So when I was realizing I needed to do our thing, I realized that I have lost my little my little needle for what I use for to sew these in. So I went through and I'm like, okay, Mama, I don't want to lose that thing that she said she only had one of. So this is going to be fun. The other one I had was bigger, but we'll give this a whirl. So I don't have what I normally use. Okay, that's trash. All right, what I do when I sew this on is I get it positioned even, okay? If anybody's worried. And then I take this, right? And I take my bigger needle and I find the hole, because I skip a hole for the place for the button, and I get it even lined up, right? And I take the button hole and I just put it down the middle of where it is. Then I can flip this up. Somebody's doing fireworks. And then I have a real good idea where the button needs to go. That's my trick. Like I said, I'm not a sewer by any stretch of the means. Any stretch of the means. Well, okay, so actually, and then if I'm not smart enough, or like I am a little scatterbrained tonight, I can take one of my hooks that I have, right? And I can just put it right there to hold my place, because I need this back so I kept some yarn left over, and I'm going to bring that up to where it is. So we're just going to weave this all the way up. Just weave it in your ends. And then, you try, well, I gotta fix that. You want to make sure, nobody's going to see it. You want to hide it, right? That wasn't a big enough hide for me. I used to do cross stitch, and I still owe my nephews a cross stitch, and I'm going to owe somebody else a cross stitch, but I don't seem like I've got time for it. I'm too busy crocheting. Oh, I'm going to have to sit down and do that one day. Especially the one that my daughter showed me. Okay. So just weave it in. So that it kind of gets lost in the whole thing. I take it up right in the middle, right here, where we kind of have it. And then we're going to put it through. Okay, so I may sit here. My hands are getting cold. Okay, now we're going to try this because I don't know how it's going to work, guys. Because the hole is really small and the yarn is not so small. But where there's a will, there is a way. So my other yarn needle went, oh, well, it worked. Yay. Because I was worried. All right, so now I'm going to place, take this and put it through. Actually, no. I'm going to take this, put it through over here. Somebody's laying off fireworks. We're going to take it and put it through there. And take it and put it coming up really clean right there. Okay. Now, before I'm going to put this down, okay, I'm going to make sure, now I'm going to take out my little thing. I'm going to make sure before I even do anything that this is going to sit, that when I hook this, now I've got it hooked with one string, right? But we're going to take it and I make these hole tights because I don't want them to come out. And I'm not worried about that right now. I just want to make sure that, we just want to make sure that where we have it, right? Where you have is going to be good. Like I want to make sure that the bumps, that's why I do the bumps, because I know there's 4 bumps this way and there's 4 bumps this way. So I just want to make sure that where I'm going to have this, when it kind of gets done, that it's going to hold. And it does look like it's going to hold good. Okay, that's good. And if you ever notice, as someone that I do a lot of little bobble stitches. If you're a crocheter that does a little bobble stitches, treat your bobble stitches kind of like those things that the kids use for little pop things. And you can take them and pop them out if you notice like your one stitch, and you can kind of need to shape them up a little bit. It's a great way to shape them up. I found that out of just bobble stitches not wanting to cooperate. So now I know it's in the right place. Now I can put it down, because I'm not going to put it down. It's not in the right place. So now I got to decide, because now the way the stitches is, I want this sitting up. Oh. No, we're going to do it that way. So now I've got it. And then I always put a little bit around it. This is a 4-point thing, so I'm going to take it and this is going on the back. This is going in the inside part. This is the front part. This is going on the inside part. Actually, I like this. I'm glad I kind of lost my other needle because this works a lot easier. Okay. So, and then you just tighten that. I put it through twice. I'm going to put it there. And I'm going to put it through, I'm going to do it up here again. I'm going to do it in 2 different areas. I only do it, it won't only go through twice because of the yarn. But I've got to get these things done because they've got to get done because I've got to get them ready to go. Now I'll go inside and I've got to work on more soap caddies and finishing stuff up. And okay. Right. Now that that's really tight, one of the other things that I do, oh, thank you, Shauna B, for sending floating hearts. I appreciate that, Mama will. One of the things I do is I just kind of go up on the side of the thing. I don't know if this does anything, but this is what I do, right? Because this button, when I get done with it, ain't going anywhere. And I take my yarn and I'll just go around a couple times, like twice, just to make sure that that's really in there. And then I'll pick a random place to go down. like, I want this to stay, and then I'll bring it back up. Okay, so now, oops, got that. Oops, come back here. And right, I will take this down. And again, sometimes that glue just sticks on the end, and if it doesn't, if your needle's not going through, alcohol pad is the best thing to use to get that glue off. It comes off really easily, and I just always keep some on hand. The key thing too, when you're tying on a button like that, you want it taut, but I don't want to take it to the point where I'm going yank, and then you're especially if you're carrying your yarn, that you're going to make this too taut. So I make it tight, but I don't want to make it, I don't want to get like yank it. And we're going to just go like that. So I treat it a little bit with TLC gloves to some degree. You know, and I will put, just because I don't want this to go out anywhere. Sometimes I'll knot it. Sometimes if I get a hold of something, I will knot it, and then I know it's not going to go anywhere. It all depends. If I find a place I feel like I could do that with, right here actually. Because especially if it's going to be hanging in your kitchen, I want to make sure it's not. So I'm going to pick a loop, right? Or try to anyway, right? And then I can hide the knot, especially because this is kind of the back end of it. And then take that, but I'll make sure I'm not, and I'll take a little bit of glue, and I'm going to put it on the knot so it's not going anywhere. And I'm just going to take it, and it'll hit that glue. I'm going to take it, and that way it's tied. It's not going anywhere. And we're going to take this and just, you won't even know. And I'll do it, but I won't do it to the point where it's, you just don't want to make it taut, but then, and then I'll just take this and we'll finish this one off. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Right? All right. Oopsie. Now, this one's done. I only have X amount to do. Oh, thank you. Love Bears, thank you for sending that. I appreciate that. Mama will appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. Awesome. You guys are awesome. I love you. Goes to Mama. Goes to my mother. I'm happy for that. I don't want to see that, so just tuck that in. Like I said, I keep alcohol pads because it's getting a little, my husband's a diabetic, so we have plenty of alcohol pads. So I just take it, and if I know my needle's getting sticky, I'll take it, and it comes off really easily with the alcohol pads. So if you're using that glue, just invest in some alcohol pads because you'll probably get it on your needle. And you may need to rinse it off. Sometimes I get it on my scissors. Just be careful because sometimes scissors can be sharp, but I just take it, and if I feel I need to wash the things off, I just take it and so then, now, This takes it here. I don't think I'm gonna need to do that. Sometimes with this, depending on the size of the button, I need to take this and just like make the hole smaller. I don't need to do it with this one. Now, see, look at that. That's actually a really nice button. I might have to go back and get more of them buttons because that's really works out really well. So now you've got this one. I may have to go with these buttons. They really work nice. We do the same thing, line it up. First, we're gonna take our yarn and put it where it needs to be. I think we're gonna finish this. Those buttons, I may have to go back and get a good stash of them because those really, they work nice. Sometimes if I need to, I have to make the buttonhole, I have to like stitch a little bit around because it's a little bit loose, but that buttonhole really works nice. I like the other ones, but I'm probably gonna have to go back. Got them at Hobby Lobby. I need to save them so I know exactly which one and I can go get a couple more. I just need to keep collecting them because that's, I think, the buttons I'm probably gonna have to end up going with eventually. Because the problem is, if I do it, I think we're gonna kind of be up in this area. So we'll, oops, no, that was a way too big of a without being. So let's see where we're gonna end up. Okay, so you take your thing, you put it there, you get it all lined up. But sometimes with like these ones, I may have to tighten the hole on. I don't know, but if the button's a little bit too small, sometimes I have to tighten the hole. I've lost my needle. I can't have lost my needle. Oh, here it is. Okay, so we're gonna take our yarn needle. We're gonna find the hole. Wherever the hole is, lay it flat. Because if you don't try to find where your hole is, and then you could go there. So it should line up. Right there is where it's going to be. So I'm going to take my little thing. And there's exactly where I need to mark it. And that's what you're going to do. And you're going to repeat that. So I've got to this week. I've got 6 more of them to do for the event we're having. So I've got to just sit and do one of these a day. These can't wait because these have got to get done. So I want to take these when I go to the store that wants our soap caddies and say, here you go. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on, but I wash all these. I know I'm using, it's a crochet habit or a cross stitch habit, but I do wash all these. All these are washed before. They're washed in just warm soapy water before I get them and they hang to dry. So I made sure they're washed and we soap them on up and they're cleaned and everything. So, okay. So I'm gonna put it down here. My nose. And that's one of the reasons I wash everything before, because you know, you may sneeze, what have you, and you want everything to be clean when you give it to somebody. So everything gets washed. All right. And then we're going to come up this nice spot right here. If I can get a clean spot. There we go. Take that off. Pick a hole, any hole to go in. And again, I'm going to test it, make sure that where we have put it, that you're good, because you don't want that. I wonder when the deer, sometimes we'll have beautiful deer come out. Sometimes they'll just come out and start walking on our sidewalk. Back here. And usually it's right after I turn the camera off too, I may add. We are going to make sure that, put it through, just make sure that that is exactly where we need it. Just double check, because when you put these in and you put them in good like I do, you do not want to have to sit and try to fight them out, because then you're going to ruin your work. And I don't have the yarn. Like I said, we do these, we use our scrap yarn up. I do not use anything else. I use scrap yarn for it. So I don't have any of this yarn because I used it all. It maybe have a little bit left, but not enough to do anything. I wanted to do another one of these, but that didn't work out like that. So I had to use the other one for the rings, and I'll be giving away that at the event. But once I get started with these, it's not really that big a deal. It's just the thought of having to come and do tying in work. I could give these to Mama, but I have a certain way now that I do them that I'm like a perfectionist. Oh, I'm like, oh, I did that a different way the last time, didn't I? Oh well, as long as it gets on there, it doesn't really matter how it gets on there. Come on. Come on. Okay. Just goes in there twice. I did that one a little different, but it'll be fine. I did that one a little bit different, but you really won't notice it. I should have done that one like that, but you're not going to notice. It will have to be fine. They'll be different, just like all of us are different. No one stitch is the same, right? Kind of the same kind of concept. One, I do that. So I do that just because I think it helps to buffer it. I think it helps to actually make sure it ain't going anywhere. Hi, Mackin, welcome on in. We're just out here chit-chatting. You can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. I'm finishing up some projects. I'm going in shortly here, but if I go in, I may not finish this. So Mary's staying out here until she can finish it. I feel better. I don't feel so overwhelmed. I was just like, I really wanted to work on that lace project tonight, but it was like when I put my medicine in my phone and then walked away and forgot to take it. It's one of those medicines that if I don't take, I can wait till the next dose. When I did that, I'm like, wait a minute, getting a little overwhelmed here. Let's diet back. Let's do something else because this is not happening tonight. So, I guess the lesson for tonight is know when you're overwhelmed. Listen to your body. Your body is trying. If you're overwhelmed, your body is trying to tell you something, and it's not something to just, sit there and kind of go, oh, well, it doesn't really matter. It matters. When your body's trying to tell you something, you got to listen to it. It's not something to just go, doesn't really matter. I'll be okay. Listen to your body when it's telling you something. And last night I couldn't fall asleep for a while, which is becoming an annoying little pattern, I'll tell you that right now. I go through those bouts of insomnia, and my mind just will not shut off. Unfortunately. It's okay. We go through things like that in our lives, and I gotta get that. You're not supposed to be back out here again. A little snip of yarn from the. So, listen to your body. Listen to what it's saying to you. If it's telling you it's overwhelmed, it probably is, and you need to just kind of calming down. Telling you, I wish our insurance paid for a good masseuse. Because I tell you, I'd probably go about every month. I'd be going. If I do find masseuse helpful to me, you're just going to go back there. I'm not fighting with you. Can't afford a masseuse, but I think I'd just be happy if somebody would just take a moment and just really get the knots out of my neck. I have like one of those masseuse little heating things, so I need to use that more because my necks get sore from being like this. Next one down. We're doing them, guys. We're getting them done. This is the next one. Done, done, done. Those are going to look great in the packaging I have, won't they? I got them done. Only 7 more to go. I'm not doing all 7 tonight. I'm just doing the ones that really need to get done. Okay, let's get the 2 other things off, because if I go inside, which buttons do I want to use? I wanted to use this one. I almost felt like this was like a speckled Easter egg. And that's what I thought. And these buttons, I don't know if you can see them, they kind of look, they have like a little speckle to them. That's what I thought in my head. This yarn has like that speckled kind of Easterish look. If I go in the house, I will get distracted and this won't get done. And this has to get done. So let's do it. Okay, it's not on that side. Looking for my missed stitch. There we go. This one I forgot to sew in or keep the, I don't know what I was thinking when I did this. Because I usually keep the end part and I forgot to, so this one I have to go through and do a little bit more of a, it's not attached, so I have to kind of add it back in, but that's okay. Make it work. For sure. So, this case, we're going to take it through kind of all right, we want to put this, take this out. I know exactly now where we need to be. This is going to go here. Okay, I'm going to take this up because I did this wrong. It's been a while since I've done it this way because I didn't. Alfonso, hopefully you're having a good day. I'm just trying to get unoverwhelmed, and if I go inside, I'm going to not finish what needs to get done. So I really just need to stay out here and finish this because so it's gonna happen. How are you doing, my friend? Like I said, guys, I know I'm trying to make it, but again, everything, all these get washed in warm water before and soap before we sell them. Everything gets washed before it goes out. And I think that's, doesn't have to be, but I just feel it's the right thing to do. Okay, we're gonna take that up that way. Because we got to make sure that we're lined up. Lined up for, okay. let's make sure that we're exactly where we need to be. Oh, you getting ready stuff for the garden? That's good. So to make sure that we're sitting pretty with where it's sitting. Oh, I did talk to somebody. I can't guarantee you that it's going to happen, but I'm trying to work on something for you. Just so you know, I'm trying to work on something for you, my friend. I think I can make it happen, what you've been asking me for, but yep, that's exactly where I need it to be, right there. And this button has this air of looking like an egg. I don't know, it has kind of the texture of an egg. It just kind of, when I see this, I see Easter. That's one of the reasons I chose it for the shop we're going to put it in. They're 2 for $15, but they're hand done, hand crocheted. I think that's a fair price for them. If we did them 2 for $15. Can't believe like it's almost the end of March. I'm like, it's like winter kind of dragged this year a little bit, and now all of a sudden it's like, let's ramp up to spring. I don't want spring. I like my winter and fall. Yeah, I know. And I don't know right now if you were doing them, if I could be on. There's just too much going on here too. It's like I really have to be focused on what's going on, you know, in my life right now, or especially the past next month. I feel kind of the same way. I want to be there for you, but I would feel kind of the same way. There's a lot going on in this girl's life right now. I am going live with my other's keeper. And I know you asked her about the song. She was playing a song, and I'm like, boy, that's Alfonso, but she can, you know, I can maybe tell her how she can get you that song, but when you do an AI song through Suno, there's not really words, you know, you can't get like, you know, a music written of it, you know, like sheet music of it. When Kim was doing that song you really liked. But I'll be on with her on Thursday. Come on. Come on. And this is going to be tricky getting in here. I don't really want to poke myself. The other one wasn't as difficult, but the way I stitched this, I didn't do it. I need to get it across. Where there's a will, there's a way. Did I break the needle? There shouldn't be a hole in it. Yeah, I broke the needle. I thought that's what happened with the gravy. Let's see how we make this happen. I'm gonna have to get a better needle for this. Okay, this will be interesting. I don't like sewing in the ends. I gotta figure out how to get this thing out of here. May have to have Mr. Blessed to crochet. Help me, because it's really stuck in there. Dang on it. Now let's. Oh, okay. And I don't want it on the floor, because I don't want Mocha getting it. It's such a small piece. Okay, let's. Okay, I got it. I got it. Figure out where to go. Well, it'll be fine like that. It's not going back in, guys. Okay. Well, I'll see what I can maybe walk her through how to do it. It's not that complicated. Maybe now I gotta find another needle because that one just went kaflooey. Probably because these needles are old. They're old. So we're gonna use that as kind of a box. I kind of like that. Okay. Well, we're just gonna use it that way. I'm not trying to get that out again. I can't believe I broke a needle. Sheesh, Williker. Whoops. See, like I feel like if I go in the house, I won't get back to this, and then I'll get distracted. I'm like, I'm going to stay out here to finish this with y'all, and then I can go in the house and have it done. I'm gonna have Mom cut my hair before I'm gonna go have a shower, maybe have some cereal, and then I'm going to. Now what I'm going to do with this one is do the same thing. I'm going to twist them and knot them again because I really want to make sure that it's going to stay. I don't have to, well, I still have to worry about making sure that the thing's not too taut, but we're going to make sure that it's really in there. And then we're going to take it and do it again. Wrap it this way, wrap it that way, and then go ahead and make sure. All right, I'll see if I can help walk her through it. I will ask her when I talk to her on Thursday. If she can send me the copy, then I'll forward it on to you. I'll ask her. Now that we've got all that tied in tight, we'll bring this down. That's such a nice button on there. It looks like an egg. That's what I thought of. Well, no, when I thought of a shell, but then when I was thinking of the one to use for this, I'm like, this looks like something you would paint an egg with or something Easterish. It just looked Easterish to me. And I loved it. And I thought, oh, So when I was thinking of something to kind of go into the, you know, to the things to try out in that Amish store that we met Eli in, I thought, yep, this one and the other one just seemed like it was fitting. There's another store down in the Amish country I want to try our soap caddies in. I have been soap caddy manufacturing. I'm using all the yarn that I can, possibly. All of it. So I can y'all remind me, when I get up from here, I have to lay something out or I'll forget it in the morning when I go to church. Is there something I have to try out? Come on. There's something I have to try out. Just if you're ever sewing on a button, just make sure you're kind of tugging at it a little bit. You don't want it too taut because it won't lay right. I gotta go. I have to go lay it out or I'm gonna forget it. Because there wasn't really, last week Christina was with us and I really didn't have a place to put it. Because I have to try it out for part of the decoration stuff and I've got to try it out. And if I don't, actually I'm gonna go inside and put it in the car so I didn't even have to think about it. Oh boy, I know, I'm sorry. I'm actually gonna go in my house and I'm gonna go get the stuff and put it in the car and then I don't even have to think about it. That's what I need to do. It's in the car for me to try out. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Because otherwise, last week we had her suitcase and all her stuff because she stayed with us while she went to that conference with us. And, you know, so I really didn't have room for it. It's a foam board and some boxes. And I need to try something out. So, for the decorations for an event. So, I gotta see if it's gonna work or what I need to do, or so I know how I'm proceeding with it. I have the idea in my head, but I gotta make sure that I don't need to modify my idea. So that one's done. Doop. Glad I came outside and just it was a good idea. I don't know if everybody watched Silver Spoons, but he used to say that was an idea. I've always kind of said it that way ever since I was part of the 80s kid mentality, I think. That looks really cute. Look at that. I love that. I absolutely love that. Those buttons are really great. I don't think I need to, no, they're gonna hold really good. So you have to pull on it a little bit, make sure that the whole button, but that's a nice size. I have to remember those buttons too and get more of those because those are really pretty. Okay, last one. I'm going inside. It's getting chilly. It's getting chilly. Gotta find the hole that I missed on purpose. I didn't miss it on accident. I missed it on total, absolute purpose. I had a place for let's see. You have to kind of 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's that. Let's not try to break the needle this time. My mother gave me these needles because I went to her and said, I can't find what happened to my needle. I had a needle, I couldn't find it. So I looked at these needles. I'm like, well, let's see. So they're not really meant for this. I need to get yarn needles with a thicker head to it. And I had one, but a thinner body, but I can't find it. So I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, I could get them from the yarn store, but I couldn't run to the yarn store tonight. I could have, but I didn't really want to. I didn't really want to. So they're not really meant for what I'm using them for, but it's working. I should probably have some water and do this with a little bit of water, but it's force of habit. I didn't think about it, but again, before everybody sits there and says anything, we wash everything before, and I don't do this with the soap caddies, but with this I have to do it. I should have a little water with me, but we don't need to do it with the soap caddies, but come back here. I need to this, because otherwise, would you stay where you're supposed to? I can't get the thing in there because it's too. Trying to do the same thing I did before, or attempting it, I guess I should say. But I can't. I got to get the yarn thin enough to go through the space. That's the only way to do it. So I've got to twist it, sometimes wet it. I used to have to do that with my crochet or my cross stitch. Again, everything is clean before it's sent off. Oh my goodness. Well, happy birthday, Sarah. Is it today? Let's wish happy. Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Sarah. Let's wish Sarah a very happy birthday. And if I had my connection cake out here, I'd raise it to you, but I don't have it. It's in the house. So I raise this. Happy birthday. Ouch. Just got to stab myself. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for telling us. It's my birthday in June. I'm hoping for a very special present in June. I can't tell you. Well, you all know, but I'm having to be. They're asking me to just diet back, which I'm honoring. But I am praying for a little something in June. I'm going to become a grandma, so that's where I can say. They just don't want it all over social media. They said I can talk about becoming a grandma. So I'm becoming a grandmother in June. And I'm hoping for something in June. My birthday's in June. But we'll see. We'll see. All in God's hands. So. And you don't want me singing. Alfonso, yes. Me, no. My daughter would say, Mom, don't sing. That's kind of what we're getting ready for in the next little bit here. Is showering my daughter, if you get the drift. Now, where's my needle? Is this the one that got broken? Yeah, that's the one that's broken. We're putting that in there. Because I don't want Mocha, which is our staffy, to get a hold of it. That would not be a good thing. Alright guys, we're on our way down the pike here. Last little bit, and I'm going to go inside because I'm getting chilled. And I'm going to have Mother cut my hair because I can't take it. It is absolutely... She had the Flowbee out for hers, and I figured out, well, we'll get it done today. So, maybe just put a little bit of glue right there. Just a little bit of gloosy glues. Under, up. I am going to be in so much pain tonight. Oh, Mary. Next time, don't get distracted, girl. And I did. I got myself distracted, and that was the problem. And I shouldn't have. I needed to not. I got distracted. And I've got to do a couple more of these. So I figure if I set... Well, actually what I should do is get all the ends tied in and then do the buttons like, you know, like I've got more of these too. I've got like 6 more. So what I should do is do one, get that ended, do a, so, you know, I should alternate them otherwise. Because these take me a little bit of time to do. There's really quite a few steps in doing these versus doing the soap caddies, but these were supposed to get done about 2 o'clock today. It didn't happen. But it is what it is. As long as they can sit, I can have them sit till about 6 o'clock tomorrow, which is not quite 24 hours, but it's long enough. And then, and I may not even head down there till Tuesday. We'll see. I need to... Josh has a doctor's appointment. We may head down there Monday. We may head down there Tuesday. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. I may wait till Tuesday, and then that way these can sit till like 9 o'clock. What time is it? 9? They can sit till 9:10, and then I can just let them dry. And then we can go there Tuesday. I think that's what we're going to do. That'll give me another day to kind of get everything ready to go. And yeah, without me having to... That'll be the best thing to do. We'll head down there Tuesday. That way we can take you with us. I'm going to be tired. I just know it. I can see it in the writing for Monday. And then I got to start a schedule. So I've got what I'm doing for the next little bit. Yes, you need to, absolutely. But I've got to start, as much as I'd like to sit, I've done a lot of soap caddies. I'd like to know in the past week how many soap caddies I've done. And I've got to sit, I've got some packaged up, but I've got to finish putting the paper on them. And I've got to sit and decide, you know, I've pretty much decided which are going which. And then I can go ahead and mail out the package. Either that or we'll go Wednesday. I haven't decided yet. It'll either be Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't think I'm going to try to head there Monday. But I think I'm going to do Tuesday or Wednesday. I'd like to take Mom with us. Mom didn't get to go down there to the store. But I've got to mail out the winnings for Dog the Bounty Hunter, because he won his, so we can get that out on Wednesday. And Get everything ready to go on Monday. Have it all ready to go. That's what I'm going to do. Come back, have everything ready to go. And then on Wednesday, I can mail the stuff to the lady in Georgia that's going to take some. I can get in touch with the other guy that's going to do an interview in our local town. Get his all ready to go. And then maybe on Tuesday, I'll go to our local, we have a local pumpkin seed and take some. And see if they'll, and maybe we'll do that. Because there's another store I want to check out. I need to find out if the lady that's in charge is going to... Actually, I should reach out to her before we even head down there. I want to go down to that store. But I'll reach out to her in Messenger tomorrow and see if she's... Because I've got to reach out to her anyway and see if she takes some of our subcaddies. So I'd love to come down and if you just want to try them out, a couple out, I'll give you a couple out and see how they go. And if they go well, then we can work out something together. Okay, they are done. Yay! I love them. Look at that. Look at that. See? Great. I love those buttons. I really love those buttons. I'm going to have to go get more at the Hobby Lobby. I'll have to keep those numbers because I really like them buttons. I like those buttons and I like those buttons. I got some other buttons, but I think I don't know, that they seem to be really a nice fit. So now I've got to go back and see if they have more of them. But I'll have to keep the numbers of the buttons because they're really nice buttons. And tell me the 22 millimeters. So I'm going to have to... What size are these, I wonder? 22s. I should see what the other ones are that I got. So I have to remember 22s are a good size for these things. I've got to get some more of those. I just love those buttons. Hi, Maddie. Welcome on in. So anyway, these are finished. Well, at least for the shop, for the store that I'm putting in. Aren't they pretty? I love them. And I love the buttons that I chose for them. So these are going in. I didn't think I'd like the pattern yarn, but I really, really like the pattern yarn with it. I love it. So, and then I've got more of these to do, and then these are going. I really like the pattern yarn. So, and then I've got these soap caddies to get done. Guys, I'm a mess. I'll tell you that right now. That one's going with that one. That one's going with that one. I don't want to lose my strings. And we were going to do something else, but this girl was just too overwhelmed. I really was. We were going to do this, which is the lace. You see it? We're going to paint that probably Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. I don't know. I'm trying to make myself, not that I'm trying to make myself do anything. That's not it. Make sure I have all my needle. It's not it, but I've got to make sure I have my other needle today. I've got to focus myself. Focus myself. My mom had to give me these because this girl lost her needle. So I've got the broken one, I think, in here because I don't want Mocha. We broke a needle tonight, guys. I don't want Mocha to get any of that. So, anyway, I just was overwhelmed. I can see. Okay, I can see. I will see. So those are done for the shop. They're now going to sit. Okay. I don't want that to get out of there. So just so everybody knows, we have an event coming up, not for our family, next month, and I'm in charge of decorations, which is I'm fine with. So just so everybody knows, I have a blanket that needs to be finished. I finished the one. Nothing needs to be finished. The ends have to be sewn in. I have the decorations to do in the next couple weeks. I figured out, we're playing a couple games. I figured out the games we're playing. Got those set today. I knew one, but I still have to fix the one. I got the one done, but I still have to work on the other one. At least printing out. I know what I'm doing. So I have that to do. I've got to keep working on these soap caddies till I get all of the yarn that I have available done, so that we're ahead of the game and we're the head of the stock. Plus, I have to finish all of these. They're finished. I just have to sew in the ends of, how many are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17. I think there's 20, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, there's 20. So these tomorrow have got to be finished, whether I like it or not. I've got 6 more, and I don't want to lose this because this is kind of my last hook right now. I've got 6 more of these to do before the end of the month that are going for part of the prizes, because we've got those. So I've got 6 more of these to finish up that are going the prizes. I have to pack up the prizes. And we wonder why Mary's overwhelmed. In a good way, but I'm like, I have to get something else done. I gotta get a diaper thing done. So I've got to get, we're putting together like a little memory board thing of people that we really wish were there but can't be there because they're up in heaven. So I've got to get that done. Are we going to rain or is it fireworks? I've got a couple things to still cut out. So the next couple of weeks, guys, this scroll is going to kind of be all over the map. I'm going to do my best to kind of do lives so that I can come on and we can chit chat. And it may be just doing soap caddies or like finishing up these or something this week where I'll sit out and finish out what I have left of those to do. But I've been working, because really, honestly, some of the decorations that needed to get done, either that's fireworks or thunder, I can't tell. Decorations that need to get done, it was too early to do. Now it's going to start getting the time where I've got to put it together. It won't take me long to put them together. And I have to go into our garage this week and start looking for some things that I need for upcoming event. So that's what's happening in this world. So I'm going to do my best to get content out there. I'm just not even going to worry about getting caught up with Advent till after everything, and then I'm going to need a couple days to recoup. That's why I want to get these things in that store, get the soap caddies in the store that need to go to before everything kind of gets going. And so I'm going to be busy, and there's some things just for other things that I can't do on here. I wish I could sit and do it all, but I can't. So there's stuff behind the scenes I have to do for the event that I can't do online. So anyway, I will do my best to get up content and have you all, even if it's just for you guys to come in and chit chat and do what we're doing tonight. And you know, I've got 6 more of these, so I can bring them all outside. I've scheduled that for the lace thing tomorrow. We'll see. I may come outside and try to do that. That'll all depend on the weather. But maybe we'll come out and just finish these things up and get the buttons sewn on. Who knows? I don't know. I can't tell whether that's thunder or whether it's fireworks. I can't tell which one it is. There's no lightning. And it's clear skies, so I don't know. So anyway. So with that being said, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to sit down and write down everything in my, because I feel like I need to do that. You know, have you ever been like where your head just goes whoosh, 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 and that's what it feels like right now, because I need to have everything written down and say, I've gotten this done, I've gotten this done, I've gotten this done, and then be able to not only that, be able to kind of segment everything. And I need to do that because my mind is just racing, and that's not a good thing. You know. So anyway, I'm going to go inside. I'm cold. A little chilled. And I want to have Mama cut my hair before it gets too late. And I'm going to go have a shower. And I'm going to work on this. But I need to get some shorts up. I need to do some reviews. Hopefully I can do that. The one review I've got to do before in the next couple of weeks. It's for a stroller fan, but it's not just for a stroller. You can use it for so many other things. So I'm going to get off here, go inside, get my hair cut with the Flowbee, and I will see y'all later. Love y'all. Really do. And I thank you for just sitting with me tonight. Just sitting and allowing me to go, you know, out with the birds, out with the weather till it gets brutally hot, and just going, taking a breather, and I appreciate it. So we will get to this, I promise, but I want to enjoy doing this, and I don't want it to be something that I want, oh, and I need to calm down my headspace, and that may happen. I'm going to try to do that, but it may happen where I'm like, okay, this may not happen for a couple more days. Anyway, I love y'all. Remember to be proud of being you, because everyone else is taken. Keep crocheting that connection. No crochet hook is required. We have you covered. Thank you so much for having us covered. Thank you for everyone that was able to give a little bit of a gem tonight. That goes to Mama. Just your support, watching our content really helps, and so we appreciate that if you can. That just helps us keep growing. That helps get people to see us and so forth. So if you haven't seen something, or you can watch something in the background, we would really appreciate it, kind of especially this next month, as I'm kind of going to be distracted in a lot of ways as I'm getting prepared for a very special little event in our family, as far as showering somebody with lots of love. And I'm in June. I'm looking forward to turning the chapter and becoming a grandma. So that's all that's happening for us. And I thank you for all your support. So love y'all. I'll see y'all later. Have a blessed night. Stay warm, and talk to y'all later. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll see us on the way to church tomorrow. It all depends on the direction we go. Love y'all. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a good night. Thank you again.